Check it out, guys. Check it out. Got a handy note today, and we'll use this little empty space for some cool pointers. Now, what I really would like you to understand is this concept right here. As we go into depth right here, that will cover up my face. We have what we call feelings. Feelings are just definitions of the emotions. Purpose of emotions is to get us to act. We have +4 emotions and -4 emotions. I don't call them positive or negative. It's just the +4 emotions are a creative force, whereas the -4 are the retractive force. So they're neither negative nor positive. They play a role. It's balance. Keep that in your mind, this stuff. So there is feeling our feelings, and then there is stewing in them. So it's okay to feel them and understand them. That's very important. That's step one to working through your feelings and not putting them under the rug. The caveat with feelings is that you cannot feel your way out of them. You have to unpack the emotions associated to the feeling. So what's the point there? When you unpack the emotions associated to your feelings, usually you're going to be trying to figure out you're acting because you're like, I don't like this retractive force. I don't like this constrictive force. So when you figure out what those are, then you'll be able to look on the flip side, the creative force emotions, what those are, and what are you actually trying to achieve in your life, or what are you actually wanting to do in your life. So in a nutshell, you can't feel a feeling. You must separate them into the emotions and unpack them by understanding association definitions, okay? You got your feeling, you got your definition, your emotion, and your action. So if you're feeling some kind of feeling consistently, well, then that means you have some kind of definition in your mind. You're automatically reacting, responding to situations. So therefore, the goal is to figure out what are those emotions that are being triggered inside of me. For example, this past couple weeks, I've been having the emotion of what I thought was anxiety or just anxiousness. And little by little, over 3-4 weeks, I've been sitting down, writing, taking, as you can see when I say taking notes, like plenty, and this is just a few of them. I have a bunch of napkins as well. And diving in, it's like, okay, what is this emotion? When is the first time I had this thing in my life? And then you start going back. You won't be able to figure it out right away. In my case, I never do. It just takes a little time, a couple of days, maybe a couple of weeks, depending on how deep it is. And all of a sudden, one day I just started having, yesterday, just started writing down where these different emotions started initially in my life. And so I had the feeling of what I thought was anxiety, but I knew it was an anxiety because I needed to dive into what are those emotions being triggered inside of me and to what intensity each one of the -4. And then I was like, well, since that's a sign of it, these -4 trying to get me to the +4, because life is trying to always balance out, I was like, holy moly. And then I went through like 6 or 7 things that I did growing up and what I wanted versus what I got. And that is the power of being able to actually dive into your feelings instead of stewing them. And how do you know you're stewing? You're throwing yourself a pity party, okay? Pity party. But if you take your feelings, you start diving in, really understanding what core emotions it's triggering, and there's only 4 guys, 4 minus and 4 retractive and 4 creative, okay? That's a cool thing. I love it. Hopefully you've understood this. If you don't, ask questions down in the comments. Click the like button if this was helpful to you. And I want to make more videos that dive into this more and more so that those who cannot go to a psychologist, they can start doing something with them. And that's what this is me diving in and trying to better understand in a simple way of how to start working with our feelings, to understand our emotions, so that we're able to understand what actions, first of all, understand it, and then what can be done to elevate ourselves to be able to use our emotions for our gain and for our benefit instead of being just drilled and drained by them. Because I tell you what, guys, these 3-4 weeks diving in, woo, boy, it's intense. Very worth it though, because now, slowly, progressively, day by day, it took years to get here. Now it's like, just these past few weeks, slowly moving out of the woods or understanding the woods, what, where, how, It's amazing. You could do this too. If you have questions, again, feel free to ask in the comments below. Until next video.